to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Deb Polly,
Here.
Lauren Pedersen,
Here.
Sarah Lennon, Molly Maniak,
Here.
Rob Langheim,
Here.
Corinne Hennon, Jenny Kuski.
Here. Thank you. Nobody indicated public comment. So for consent agenda, we have the minutes from the February regular meeting and the workshop meeting, the February monthly financial reports. For donations, we have an anonymous donation to the Angel Fund Food Service in the amount of $500. We have a donation from By the Yard for the Angel Fund Food Service in the amount of $1,000. And we have Ray's Remodeling, a $200 donation for choir and band. For policies, we have a myriad of policies that the policy committee went over this week. For retirements, we have third grade teacher Sherry Stemick, and I just want to comment on her that she is our most longest tenured staff member in the district, and it is going to be a real loss for the district, but we wish Sherry the best. She's just been a phenomenal teacher in our elementary school, and so we just wish her the best in retirement. We have the resignation of special ed teacher Maggie Holbeck, again, a great asset to our district, and we're sad to see her go, but we wish her the best. We also have the C-Squad volleyball coach resignation, Kelly Walerius. So I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda items.
Motion to approve.
Molly, is there a second?
Jenny, I'll second.
Jen seconds. Discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I screwed up. We needed to do the consideration of the agenda, so we have to approve the whole agenda. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda with no changes. Superintendent Evenson, okay?
Motion to approve.
Okay, Lauren, is there a second?
Second.
Second, Rob. Okay, discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, action and discussion items. The first one we have is the review and act on the resolution discontinuing programming and reducing educational programs and positions. Superintendent Evenson.
Chair Polly, members of the board, this is a resolution that we are required to do annually when there are positions that we are required to reduce and repost and rehire. So what you see is the resolution that we do annually, and it is as presented.
Okay, and there are 4 positions listed. Do we want to delineate that?
I
This or
think,
just
yeah,
want to
I think
do-
we have to do 2. So 7.1 separate, you have to approve that resolution.
Yep.
And then you can read all of the names.
Yep.
And do it in one fell swoop. Or you can
You
act
mean-
on them separately.
Okay, we'll act on them separately
Yep.
since they're individual items.
Yep.
But this is a resolution, so it's for the following programs and positions. It's the 1.0 industrial technology teacher position, 1.0 business teacher position, 1.0 special ed teacher position, and 1.0 school psych position. So I will entertain a motion to approve the resolution discontinuing and reducing those programs and positions.
Motion to approve.
Molly, is there a second?
Second.
Rob? Okay. Discussion?
These will just get reposted.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they will be reposted. These candidates can apply for that. They potentially will be rehired as well.
Got it.
It's a licensing requirement.
Okay, any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Lauren Pedersen,
Yes. I forgot what I was saying.
Sarah Lennon, Molly Maniak,
Yes.
Rob Langheim,
Yes.
Corinne Hennen, Jenny Kuski,
Yes.
Deb Polly.
Yes. Motion carries. Okay, 7.2, review and act on the resolution relating to the termination and non-renewal of the teaching contract of employee number 1. Let's see, is my thing up? Is that the Leo? Okay. I just came up here. Okay, that would be the resolution relating to the termination and non-renewal of the teaching contract of Leo Willert, a probationary teacher. So again, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Lauren, is there a second?
Second.
Rob, discussion? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Sarah Lennon, Molly Maniak,
Yes.
Rob Langheim,
Yes.
Corinne Hennen, Jenny Kuski,
Yeah.
Deb Polly,
Yes,
Lauren Pedersen.
Yes.
motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have review and act on the resolution relating to the termination and non-renewal of the teaching contract of employee number 2, who is Shania Reeling? Shania, sorry,
You're okay.
Shania Reeling, a probationary teacher. Again, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Lauren, thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Molly, discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Molly Maniak,
Yes.
Rob Langheim,
Yes.
Corinne Hennen, Jenny Kuski,
Yes.
Deb Polly,
Yes,
Lauren Pedersen,
Yes.
Sarah Lennon.
motion carries. Thank you. Review and act on the relating to the termination and non-renewal of the teaching contract of employee number 3, Kevin Sheppers. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Lauren, is there a second?
Second.
Molly? Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. No, I'm sorry. It's a resolution. Roll call, please. Roll call, please, sorry.
Rob Langheim,
Yes.
Corinne Hennen, Jenny Kuski,
Yes.
Deb Polly,
Yes.
Lauren Pedersen,
Yes.
Sarah Lahine, Lanen, sorry about that, Molly Maniak.
Yes.
Motion carries. Oh, thank you. Review and act on the resolution relating to the termination and non-renewal of teaching contract of probationary teacher Iwalani Della Paz. I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Lauren?
Second.
Molly? That was Molly, thank you. Okay, discussion? Roll call, please.
Corinne Hennen, Jenny Kuski,
Yes.
Deb Polly,
Yes.
Lauren Pedersen,
Yes.
Sarah Lanen, Molly Maniak,
Yes.
Rob Langheim,
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, next we have the
did we
APAC
get-
Pardon?
Did we do Kevin? For some
Yes.
reason, my brain is just, okay.
Yeah, we did.
Thank you.
Review and act, let's see, we did that one. 7.6 is the APAC resolution and annual compliance review. Mr. Williams,
Good evening.
good evening.
So every year we do a vote of concurrence or non-concurrence, and Sarah Miller and Rose Branson do a phenomenal job of gathering data to share with the council to show that we are, basically what this is that we're using our funds appropriately that we get from the state, that is meeting the needs of our aid application that we submitted in and meeting the needs of our students. And so we have to get vote concurrence at our council meeting, and then we need to present this to a school board that we are concurrent. Any questions?
Any questions on the report? It was in the packet. Any questions for Chad? I know this is a lot of work.
Yes, it is, and I have a good team.
Yes, yeah. Okay. Any questions? Okay, if not, this is the resolution, so I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve?
Lauren, is there a second?
Second.
Rob? Roll call, please.
Jenny Kuski,
Yes.
Deb Polly,
Yes?
Lauren Pedersen,
Yes.
Sarah Leihnen, Molly Maniak,
Yes.
Rob Langheim,
Yes.
Corinne Hennen.
Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Special Ed Fiscal Procedures Manual.
Yeah, so I met with office staff and Amy Hafman, and we went through our fiscal procedures manual because that hasn't been updated in the last 5 years. So I thought it was be a good time to see if anything really has changed with how we are needing to follow procedures, state and federal procedures, using special education funds. There's some minor things have changed just with hiring of the new superintendent and the process that we have used with Superintendent Evenson, and just the example of just the increase in the amounts exceeding 175,000. So Amy and I went through and just made some minor updates within the fiscal procedures manual and presenting it to the school board, just to get your approval on our manual, fiscal procedure manual. Any
Yeah.
questions?
Any questions for Chad? Okay. Again, I know this is critical to the work that you do, and it's your guiding star. So
Yes, it
thank you
is.
for doing that. So, okay, I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Molly, is there a second?
Second?
Okay, Lauren, and this is not a resolution, so this one, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much, Chad. Okay, Achievement and Integration Plan.
Hello, so this is our next round of achievement integration. These are 3-year plans. So this is our 2023-2026 plan. Again, the goal of achievement and integration is just a program from MDE to increase student achievement, create equitable educational opportunities, reduce academic disparities based on students' diverse racial, ethnic, and economic backgrounds in Minnesota. So we qualify for achievement and integration because we adjoin a racially isolated district, which is Shakopee. And that is what our first goal is. So because we are an adjoining district, we get together with Shakopee and Prior Lake, who also qualify for A&I due to adjoining borders with Shakopee, and have to create a shared goal. So our shared goal for this next round is to continue our cross-district caring and committed conversations. So students in grades 6 through 12 who participate in caring and committed conversations will self-report an increase in comfort level from baseline data to 80% comfort reported in each of the following areas: self-confidence and SEL skills, elevating voice, advocacy for change, leadership skills, and connectedness to school by the end of the 2026 school year. So that's our joint goal. Our Jordan-specific goals, so our goal number 2 is student achievement groups. So students in grades K through 12 will have access to student leadership groups. Goal 3, Tier 1 instruction, focus on MTSS Tier 1 instruction based on best practices pedagogy that supports academic achievement for all students. And then goal 4 is REACH, increase elective study halls, REACH, in grades 5 through 12, focus on academic achievement and social emotional learning. So those are our basic goals. Our budget each year, and this shifts a little bit, is at the bottom, so 185,000, give or take, and that budget has to be spent specifically aligned to our goals. So in the specific plan, interventions are just some of the budget items that we use for that funding. Questions? Lauren?
How much does the budget fluctuate year over year?
That's a wonderful question for our Director of Finance. It doesn't fluctuate quite that much. I mean, maybe 1,000 here
Oh,
or there.
okay.
So it pretty much stays the same.
Okay.
And then we can always, our goals remain the same, but if we find a year that like next year, to meet those goals, we need to make some changes, we can move some of that funding to increase maybe field trips or something like that with our leadership groups to help us achieve our goals.
Okay.
So each year, we do a new budget template. Any other questions?
Is this something that we had before?
Yep, so it started 2018, somewhere in that. So this is actually our third plan. So we just finished last year, or this year is finishing up our last plan, and those goals. So this is just our next round. So this would be our third round. The first year was slightly different. I wasn't involved in that plan, but it was only like a 2-year plan.
The funding is definitely the same,
Yeah, give or take, yeah.
and then we won't be, we'll have to wait till 2026 for any potential changes to what the plan
Yes.
might look like.
Yep,
Even
yep.
with what's going on right now.
From what I've been told, yes. That this is not really a part of any of those funding discussions, but that could always change. So then, next year, I mean, maybe. What I'm being told is this is our budget for the next 3 years.
Got it. And we've always seen that push out to be.
Yep, that's how we get the money. So because they're a racially isolated district, and the definition of that is enrollment of protected class students district-wide is more than 20% compared to the number of protected class students in adjoining districts. So because they're a racially isolated district, we receive this money as an adjoining district, and so does Prior Lake. So that's kind of our trio, our consortium, and that's where Goal 1 comes from.
How many students are participating in the caring committed conversations roughly? Do you know?
It depends
Sorry.
on what's going on in the classroom during that time for who comes out. I would say in our ELC group, we have around 50 students, give or take. Deb, you were at the last one?
I was there last Friday. I would say there was at least 50 kids in the room.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was a very good cross-reference of kids
Yep,
and ages.
yep. So about, give or take, 50 per conversation. Any other questions? And we also have leadership groups at the elementary and the middle school, so.
And then don't you do some joint things with the neighboring districts?
Yep,
too?
so that's part of our goal number 1, is having those caring and committed conversations. So within our specific plan interventions, each school will host one throughout a year. So we host one with Shakopee and Prior Lake, Shakopee does, and then Prior Lake does. So, to try to get the students all kind of together in the rooms and chatting.
So is it like field trips that you're going over to those districts?
Yep, so the one in Prior Lake, for example, was at their wildlife center or something like that, something ponds. So yep, we just go over there. And then the host district always provides lunches and things like that too. And that's all covered in these costs.
Good.
Any other questions?
Any other questions? Okay. This is an action item, right?
Yes.
We have to approve this.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Any further questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve?
Lauren, is there a second?
I'll second. Jenny?
Jen, further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you, Erin. Discussion on the review and comment from the Commissioner of Education from the department.
All right.
Superintendent Evenson.
Thank you, Chair Polly, members of the board. What I am going to share with you, as Chair Polly mentioned, is a discussion of the review and comment. Back in probably November or December, you as a board directed administration to work with our consultants to begin working on the review and comment. And the review and comment is a document that's provided by a school district when a school district has voted to have a special election for a bond referendum. And in that review and comment, we submit information like the geographic area and population to be served, a list of existing facilities and information, a list of specific deficiencies of the facilities, a description of the project that includes specifications, a specification of the source of the project financing, so information from PMA, and then documentation obligating the school district and contractors to comply with several items. One other requirement with that, so when you submit that, the commissioner takes time, works with the departments at MDE, and they provide what's called a review and comment back to the district. And we received ours on February 15th. And it says, based on the department's analysis of the school district's required documentation and other pertinent information from sources of the Minnesota Department of Education, the Commissioner of Education provides a positive review and comment. So that's the first hurdle, is getting a positive review and comment, which we have this evening, as well as we are required to post the summary of the review and comment in the local newspaper, which we have. I think 2 weeks ago it was probably in the newspaper. So the two components are, well, there's three: getting the positive review and comment, posting a summary in the newspaper, and then having a discussion at a public meeting, like the board meeting, to let people know that we received the positive review and comment. So that's what I have for you this evening. And it's not an action item, it's a discussion, so.
Any questions or comments on the review? It was nice seeing all the work that we've been doing
Yeah,
laid out that way, and to see just the dynamics of the impact of the future bond that it hopefully
yeah.
will present for us, so.
Yeah, it's exciting to be, and honestly, this evening you'll have a couple of additional components that are requirements per statute, but also some of the work we've been doing, and it's exciting to be at the point where we're checking these things off the list, and, our team works really hard, and I'm really proud of the work that they've done this far to, really support our community and get us to where we are.
A lot of work goes into something like that.
Yeah.
So. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
And then we have the RFP update.
Okay, so, do you want to open that executive summary? Sure. Yep. Yep, that's great. Thank you.
So when the board decided to go for a special election for a bond referendum on April 11th, we took the initiative to go out for an architect RFP, which Kraus Anderson helped us write. And the RFPs had to be back by January 10th, 2023. And there were 10 firms that responded. They were ATSR, MLA Bray, Wendell, LHB, KFI, ISG, Wold, ARC, Cunningham, DLR, and LSE. And then after vetting those 10 companies on January 26th, we had the facilities committee, and we interviewed 4 of them. We called them back for interviews, and the district, or the facilities committee, decided on ISG. And all of this is pending a favorable outcome of the April 11th election. So ISG has 3 offices within an hour of Jordan. They have worked with KA many times before. The fees were very competitive with all 10 firms that submitted, and ISGs will be about an estimated 6.25% of the hard construction costs. So it's our recommendation that you approve the hiring of ISG pending a positive outcome of the April 11th, 2023 election.
Okay, so I will entertain a motion. We had a good discussion about this at our workshop meeting, so I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve?
Lauren, is there a second?
I'll second. Jen?
Jan? Okay. Discussion, questions, comments, anything for Amy? Molly, you want to share? I just think it was a really good process, and it was a very thorough process. All of the firms that submitted bids were excellent bids, but this one we felt stood out.
Yeah,
And
they
we
all
felt-
had great points, but I think we all just kind of really connected with ISG. Thought they were very Jordan focused, which was good.
Right, yep. And I know that the reference checks came back just stellar on them, so. Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve ISG as pending the successful vote on the bond referendum to be our architectural firm. So all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, the next two are just we're basically, well, as Superintendent
Sure.
Evenson.
No, so the next two, you were right with where you were going. The
Yeah.
next two are really required for districts that are moving forward with a bond referendum. We work with Dorsey, which looks out for the legal interest and makes sure that procedurally our district is following all of the processes. And they are very, very specific with dates and when things must be published and what that looks like. And so these are, the next two are items that we need our clerk to sign, and we have to make sure that we do that at a certain point before the election. So, you know, for both of these, we are just looking for, it's an acknowledgement and a recognition that we're on track in doing these things, and so the action would be for the clerk to sign both of those items. So I'll let you do them separately.
Yes, so the first one would be giving our clerk, Lauren, the authority to review and act on the notice of testing of the optical scan voting system. So I will entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Molly, is there a second?
Second.
Rob? Okay, discussion? And just noting that there will be the test will be conducted on March 30th at 9 a.m. and the test is open to the public in the district office. So we have a motion and a second. Further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. And the other one is to review and act on the notice of the location where ballots will be counted. So I will entertain a motion to approve.
A motion to approve.
Jan, is there a
Yep.
second?
Second.
Rob, discussion? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, on to board and administrative reports. Superintendent Evenson.
All right, well, happy March 13th. For those that are not aware, spring activities started today. So our community will see our runners running outside. I saw a little guy in shorts. I thought it's 32 degrees, that's quite ambitious, but hey, it's spring activities. So we're pretty excited about that. I love being at a board meeting where it's light outside yet, so that's awesome. One of the things that I'd like to just mention, and you may have seen this, we shared this out on social media, but Dr. Yamlin worked really hard with the administrative team on planning some professional development for staff this fall, as well as having a public speaker come and work with our kiddos. He worked with literally our ELS all the way through our seniors. Joe Beckman came and just did an amazing, amazing job getting kids to think about how they'd like to be remembered, getting kids to think about just those age-appropriate human connections they can make on making good choices, and, you know, thinking about, you know, what our kids are going through in this day and age, and all of the mental health needs that we know that they have. It was just awesome to see them engage with this speaker. Yeah, if you want to look him up, he's incredible. He has great videos out there. So just really proud of Aaron and team for bringing that to our students. It was great. The other thing that I will mention, we've had a lot of items related to bond referendum. I just want to remind the community that you know, we'll have one question. They can find lots of information on our website. We have the actual question, sample ballots, you know, where and when to vote. April election is the special election at the combined polling place here down in the CIRC. We do have absentee voting, early voting for folks Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4:30. There are some extended hours that are noted on the website as well. I know we've had a lot of people coming out and taking advantage of that, which is fantastic. But the biggest thing is we just want people to have information. So if people have questions, we have a referendum email that, you know, we've been putting out there in the community. They can call my office, they can call the district office, they can stop up. We just want people to have the information that they need. And we've had really great questions that has helped us as we've developed and added to the website. So we're appreciative of that. The last thing that I'd touch on is Celebrate Jordan is coming up. It's going to be here in no time. April 2nd from 1 to 4 here in the CIRC. You know, we're pretty excited to see some of those businesses showcased down in the circ. One of the other things that I think will be great, we'll have resources here for the community. If they have questions about the upcoming bond referendum, we want to be a resource. And so we're being intentional to go where the people are and make sure that we have that information for them so they can have conversations and get questions answered. We felt that that would be more effective than an evening on like an evening meeting, maybe on a Thursday night, where we have hundreds of people here that come versus the small crowd that might come on one evening. So we're excited to be here, want to answer any questions that they have. And then the last thing that I would mention is the important dates and upcoming events. We have a ton of things happening. We've got some performances from our 3rd and 4th graders later this week. Conferences, you know, are continuing. We've got JMS choir concerts. And I would just encourage people to come out. Our kids work really hard. Our staff works really hard. And, you know, we are in the longest winter of all time. Probably did I see the 8th snowiest. And so I think a good way to get ready for spring is to come and cheer on kids. So
Great.
that's what I have.
Questions for Superintendent Evenson?
Are we using like, going back to like the Joe Buckman presentation, like he has follow-up curriculum? Are they using that like as well, or no?
I would have, she wanted to know the follow-up and things that people are putting into SNAP and putting into.
Yep, so we've subscribed to the Human Connection
Yeah,
Account,
okay.
which is part of Joel Beckett's curriculum that our student support team has access to. Elementary, all full-time teachers also have access to it, so they're using it during one meeting within their classroom, and then it's in advisory at the middle school and SNAP at high school.
Okay, cool. I was just wondering, because I
Yeah.
knew we had that, so.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Good. Thank you. Okay, the other reports were all attached. Any questions or comments about any of them? I saw that our activities director is putting out a survey on adding debate. I thought that was exciting.
Yeah.
That would be a good thing, so. Okay, if not, if no questions or anything on any of that, then we'll move on to the committee reports, and we will start with, okay, budget finance. I know that the district office is working hard on that, and I believe that's gonna be on our next agenda.
Yeah, I think at the April work session, I think we're gonna be doing a budget update.
Okay. Calendar committee did not meet. City school, we just met an hour ago or so. And we had the new reporter for the Jordan Independent that was there with us and introduced himself. Mr. Vogt, what was his first name?
Matthew.
Matthew Vogt, V-O-I-G-T. So we had a really good discussion with him and the city about, you know, expectations and things we'd like to see changed and improved and stuff. And it was a very congenial and a very wholesome conversation, I thought. I thought there was a lot of good points made. Lauren, do you have anything else?
No, yeah, he did make some very good points. We also talked about, gave him an update of what was going on in the district from the bond referendum perspective, and then the city gave updates on some new parks they're putting in, some, the developments, and pickleball.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. It's
And the
a thing.
roundabout.
Oh, yeah, and the roundabout.
The infamous roundabout.
That's so needed though.
It was a really good meeting.
Yeah,
Good conversation.
that was.
Okay, community ed rec, Lauren?
We met on the 7th, and I did attend, so it was great conversation, as well, very engaging, and I think there was only four of us there, but it was very engaging conversation. Colin is, looking into getting feedback and doing a survey, from the membership on their overall experience at the circ. Looking for maybe some general recognition or recommendations and things like that. I know when before Stephen left, he was working on the replacement schedule for the equipment. And so Cullen is, picking that up and working on quotes. And he is still in the exploration phase, so there really is no major updates or anything related to that. He too talked about, Celebrate Jordan, And you gave a good update on that and what we're gonna do for that. The spring brochure, everybody should have gotten it in the mail, and it was early. I'm not sure if everybody realized that, but it came out early, so it was put together very well and distributed early.
So much work on that, Elise and team work hours, so.
It was nice to have it before signups happened, which was very nice.
They worked hard on it. We're still looking for one more person to be a part of our advisory council, so if anybody knows anybody that would be interested, please send them Cullen's way. Our next meeting was originally scheduled for April 3rd, but that is gonna be right after Celebrate Jordan, so we decided to push it out a few weeks, and I feel like we pushed it to like, I don't know, the third week of April. And I'd look on my oh wait, I can look on my calendar. I don't know how to work this thing. I hate Gmail, I'm sorry. I don't even know how to get to my calendar on here. I use my phone and my phone died. But it's out a couple, I'm trying. No, I'm not in the right spot. Where do I go, Molly?
There. And click the calendar.
I like Outlook. I like Microsoft Office. So then I gotta go over to April. I,
Change it to month now. Drop down, change it to month. You're still in March.
I'm still in March.
Guys, I'll help her.
How do I,
When you get your date up, you can just let us know, we'll move on.
sounds good.
So curriculum and technology met this last week, and I was not able to be there. Jenny?
Yeah, we just went over a good overview of the referendum, and then talked about middle school is bringing back the honors for math, and sounds like one section for 7th and 8th grade, and they'll contact those families.
Just a clarification, middle school is considering it, nothing is official. It's still in the planning and consideration phase. But yes, good discussion.
Facilities, we have not had a meeting since our last meeting. Meet and confer did not meet, negotiations has not met, policy. Gosh, I was not there, and Sarah's not here, and Corinne's not here.
I was totally there.
Good.
Yeah, you all approved them in the consent agenda. You know, we are in the phase of making sure, so when MSBA takes a look at the legislative changes and things that happen throughout the course of the year, they change some of the statutory, the way they like spell out Minnesota instead of MinStat, and so it's just all of those little typo kind of things. And so there was a plethora of those, and we're continuing to go through those. So it was a good meeting. It was very quick because they're super efficient at this point in looking at the red line masters, and the team's really good about reading them over before the meeting too, which is really helpful, so we can be pretty efficient. A good meeting.
Thank you. EPAC meeting, Rob, were you able to be there?
I was not.
Yeah, I wasn't either, I was somewhere else. Yeah. Yeah, okay, Booster Club. Rob?
I don't know if I have a new update, so there's been a lot of really good progress with the Booster Club in terms of just establishing the next year's set of goals, as well as just some of the policies. We're kind of getting to the point now where there's enough dollars where we need to make sure that we have a little bit more kind of controls in place to make sure that we're fully representing all 19 activities that are being supported. We've got really great funding channels now between our corporate sponsors, between some of the fundraisers that are in place, gambling, and then the gala that's being developed. And again, that's in concert with the Education Foundation, so that's going to be just like a really great opportunity to create some synergy around extracurricular activities as well as what's going on in the classroom for an enhanced experience. The one big shout out I would say is to Ben Nylander, so cross country and track coach. He on his own, so this wasn't even any prompting from Booster, but just essentially set up kind of a video that went to all of the different coaches and the activity directors to essentially just say what a valuable resource the Booster Club is.
Wow.
And for the directors and for the coaches to be able to kind of express any kind of, you know, ideas in terms of being able to kind of enhance the relationship that we have, but be able to utilize some of the funding in a positive way to be able to take a little bit of load off of what they have to do, particularly in the season with everything that they have kind of going on. If there's a way where we can create an ability for the kids not to have to do as much fundraising that they've done in the past, be a little bit more effective with some of the outreach in addition to some of the other things that they're doing kind of in sport, that there's win-win opportunities to be had, and he's just been a really great champion for that. So just want to give him a special shout out for that.
That's awesome. They don't have a date nailed down yet for the gala, do they?
They do, yeah. They're making a lot of really good progress. So in terms of date, location, some of the different some of the different ways to be able. So it's going to be around the homecoming time. So it's a way to be able to get folks that are a part of the district now, folks that are coming back in, be able to connect it with the Hall of Fame celebrating, and then be able to kind of organize it based on kind of education foundation piece, as well as all of the different sports and activities, and then just different fun ways to be able to engage and raise money. And so lots and lots of really kind of cool ideas that are coming from that. But I don't know the specific date. We'll have that out. We'll make it public once it's locked
Sure.
in, but we're getting really close on some of those logistics.
That's exciting. Exciting. Great, thank you. Foundation, education foundation?
Yeah, so a lot of talk about the gala about Booster Club. They did talk about the grant committee or is it the grants?
I think so.
From the teachers, yeah. And I think they said they had 20 applicants, which is awesome. They also talked about the concession stands, and I think they earned a little over $500 at the concession stand fundraiser, which was really good. And they're getting started on gradgrams here soon, so
Oh, gosh.
yard signs and gradgrams. So be looking out for that.
Thanks, Molly. Legislative, there's lots of things, as you all know, going on at the Capitol. Things are moving fast and furious through the committees and stuff. Monday, the 10th, was one of the deadlines. Any bill had made its way through at least one of the committees before it could move on through session. I believe the next cutoff date is March 24th. We really need to keep an eye out, and we really need to advocate, because there's a lot of mandates in the bills. Mandates that would be incredibly detrimental and expensive for districts. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys, if any of you have an opportunity, but on Friday mornings from 9 to 9:30, Denise Dietrich, who's the lobbyist for MSBA, has a 1/2 hour synopsis. You log on through MSBA, you should be getting the email, and you log on, and she does a recap of what's happened at the Capitol for that week. But legislatively, we need to be on our toes, because the implications are fast and furious mandates. So, and I believe that next Monday, Lauren, are you gonna be back?
Yes, I was supposed to go that week. I shifted it and I'm going a week early, so I
Okay.
could be back for
So
the,
you're back on the 20th, okay.
Yeah, Lauren and Superintendent Evenson and myself will be down at the MSBA Day at the Capitol. So we need to set up meetings with Senator Pratt and
Yeah, we need to decide
Representative.
if that's what you want to do, or if you want to sit in on the Senate. So I'd prefer to
We
meet
can-
with them, but
Me too, but we could talk about that
Yeah.
after.
I've never done it, and this is, and
Okay.
I've been on board for quite a while, so
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it.
well, that's all we needed, so Carolyn and I can work on getting those set up with Eric and Ben.
Be persuasive.
Yes.
Unfortunately, a lot of the amendments to the bills that are being brought by the more conservative side are not even being heard or acknowledged. So there's not a lot of give and take right now going on, so.
Who's proposing all of these mandates? That they're,
There are more bills that have been introduced that have ever been
I think in
introduced.
history.
In history. They are
Is
just
it a
flooding
specific legislative senator or House of
Oh,
Representatives?
no,
Who
no,
who
it's
is it?
a whole myriad of them.
Yeah, it's many legislators
Yeah.
bringing forward different bills, and
Is the objective to take away local control?
I can't speak to that,
Right.
but I will say that that is a question that some are asking. I know that there are many that continue to advocate for local control. But it is tricky when you see the number of bills that use the words require or mandate. And my biggest concern, I hear about like, gosh, we could get 5 and 5. We actually could end up in budget cuts even with 5 and 5 if the number of mandates go through. They will be very costly to our district. And we're not unique. I have some concerns. It'll be interesting to see where it lands.
And actually, last week, Denise Dietrich in the Friday morning thing said it's sounding more like 5 and 2, not 5 and 5, and that's
Yeah.
coming from the DFL side in the governor's office. So the chance of
Yep.
being more than that are slim.
There
Is
are
the majority
some-
of these mandates coming from the DFL side?
Well, I think there are bills that are coming from all over, from both parties. But I think that there's a larger volume of bills that made it through committee from one group more than the other.
Obviously,
Okay.
because they have the, the
Yeah.
trifecta, they have the control of all
Okay.
Yeah.
three government branches, so.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's, something down the road that as these bills make it through and probably will make it through and get signed, that will be affecting us financially as districts across the state. So we'll just have to stay on top of that.
And just to clarify, I mean, we're apolitical.
Yes,
We look at every
yes.
bill for its merit.
Yep.
And there are some good things, and there are
Mhm.
some things that are not super helpful. And some bills, I would say that I've heard this multiple times as well, and I actually would agree with some of this, that there are a number that really are more relevant to inside the 694, 494 corridor than greater Minnesota districts, and that happens. But it's a real struggle with one-size-fits-all legislation because the needs are different from district to district. And that's where local control is really important and comes in with that. But MASA, I know, has been advocating as well for local control, and I know other groups are as well, MSBA and that. But there's a lot to watch. So if you have the opportunity, Deb is totally right. The fastest 30 minutes of the week is that 9 to 9:30. There's just a ton of information. It's really super helpful. So log on.
Good. MSHSL, I had the opportunity to go down to the office on Wednesday of this week and to help with the selection of the AAA award winners for the whole state of Minnesota. That's just a great opportunity. So that was kind of exciting. And then, of course, they're in the midst of tournament time and, of course, snowstorms go along with
Always.
tournament time. So, yeah, lots of things going on there. This is a really super busy time for the league, so. Scale.
They met on Friday. I was at MASA.
Okay.
I did not go.
Okay. And SEAC, I don't think.
They
Molly, I
meet,
don't think you're-
they meet Wednesday, and I'm unable to attend that day. They have a meeting. I don't know if it's actually yeah, it's a SEAC meeting in Belle Plaine on Wednesday.
Okay. And then Southwest Metro, our meeting was canceled because there was a blizzard that night. So, at our workshop meeting, we had a great, recap of what, Southwest Metro Intermediate District is and does by Darren Kermis, who came and joined us for the evening. So that was really, good information for us, and we have a meeting next Tuesday. We did have the last of our strat planning meetings, what day was it, Thursday, I think? So that process is being wrapped up and brought before the whole board within the next couple of meetings, so. And with that, we will move on to personal comments and reports. I can start. I got to attend, or I did attend the jazz band event. That was amazing, absolutely amazing. It was really fun. The jazz, well, first of all, harmonics performed, and then the jazz band performed. And then sitting right in front of me was this whole group of very tall gentlemen, and I kept thinking, who are these guys? You know, I didn't know, whatever, scouts, I didn't know. And then after our jazz band performed, they got up, they were professional jazz bands. Oh my gosh, they were unbelievable. And then at the end, they played, our kids played with them. So what a unbelievable opportunity for our choir kids, our jazz band kids, so that was really fun. Congratulations to Harmonics. They took second, I believe, at the ICHSA quarterfinals, and will be going on to Milwaukee. So that approval that we did at our last meeting is being validated, so they'll get to go to compete there. I did attend the Committed and Caring Conversation last Friday, at least for part of the time. That is really a powerful, if you ever get an opportunity and have the time, go. It is really a powerful time just to listen to the kids who really are sharing from their depths, and good conversations. I'm glad to see that that Joe's doing a survey on bringing debate into school. I think that would be great. And congratulations to our 3 Knowledge Bowl teams that are moving on in competition. Congrats to our wrestlers. Yeah, and just to our basketball teams too, who went so far and did so good this year. But I think that is all I have. Oh, Celebrate Jordan, make sure you all pencil it in on your calendar. We'll need lots of help up there that day. And then if you have not contributed to the Sunshine Fund, please do so. That money is used like when one of the board members or somebody from the district has a death in the family, a close death, and we send, or surgery or whatever, we send Sunshine gifts to them. So contribute to that if you can, because we can't use district money for that. So. And then just a reminder, I want to thank Superintendent Evenson for her weekly updates that she sends to us. They are invaluable. I was telling her today that I literally keep mine up on my desktop all week because I'm looking to see, what she has going on, but it's just for me a reminder of what's going on in the district and the important dates coming up and events coming up and things that we as board members need to stay up to speed on. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
That is it. Lauren.
Well, I had a tough act to follow because you covered everything. But I will say though, thank you for covering all that, but I did go to the high school conferences, so I am going to thank all of the high school teachers that still, have those conferences, because I find them very valuable when I go and talk about my students and learn about how they have done in school. So I appreciate that, and I want to make sure they know that and thank them for that. And I will not be at Celebrate Jordan because I will be out of state. And yes, this is a travel year for me.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
Thank you. Molly.
I was going to talk about the sports teams. Deb
Let's
just
go
took my
ahead.
gun.
You have some personal experience. You
No,
were
I was
down
able
there.
to. Yeah, I was able to work the wrestling tournament, which was super fun. Our boys did great out there, and it was enjoyable to watch. And our basketball teams did great. And a little shout out to our JBA program. The youth did very good in their state tournaments. And personal shout out, 4th grade girls took first place in Tier 2 for basketball. So
That's awesome.
it's been a fun winter, and now it's softball time. So.
Good. Rob.
Yeah, it seems like the year is racing by. Lots and lots of activities. What's new that hasn't been covered? So the 2 band concerts that happened. It's super fun watching those guys, especially the little ones that are so excited to perform in front of parents and family and grandparents and waving. I wish my kids still did that, but they do not.
Oh, I hope they do next time.
No, but that was a lot of fun. Yeah, for the extracurriculars. Yeah, the 2 basketball teams. They did great this year. I know that both of them didn't kind of finish the way that they were hoping to, but excellent seasons nonetheless. Conferences, yeah, teachers, thank you so much for high school, and then I think this coming week there's for middle school. And yeah, just gearing up for spring and hopefully a little bit more green and a little less white in the coming days and weeks.
Good. Jen?
Should I think? So I went to kindergarten roundup a few weeks ago. That was really cool. My kids were really excited, like both my first grader and my future kindergartner. The scavenger hunt and getting stickers was a delight for them, and getting a cookie. And then I really liked how you could see all the kindergarten classrooms and like meet the teachers and how they're like very different. Like, yeah, they just had, every
do a
teacher
good
has their
job.
own kind of like niche, and there was like plants in some and like play centers and others, and it was just, yeah, so it was a really good time. But yeah.
Good, thank you. Okay, and with that, Lauren, you get the honors.
Yay! Motion to adjourn.